Côte d'Azur.
One race, one title, one brutal day to prove you belong among the strongest humans on the planet.
For me, World Championships are what I wake up thinking about and go to bed thinking about.
At some point of the race, the question mark is just how close to the finish line you're running empty before you have to sort of start fighting to survive.
They come from every corner of the world chasing the same answer. What am I made of?
It's not necessarily about buying your first bike or signing up for your first race, but it's about committing to changing your life.
A lot of people ask themselves, which is why me? From now on, Luke, no matter what happens in your life, what can you do about it?
The truth waits out there, revealed across 140.6 miles of doubt, discipline, and discovery. This is the 2025 IRONMAN World Championship. It's race week, 140.6 miles. On paper, it reads like a statistic. In reality, it's a reckoning, like a storm that hasn't decided when it will break. This is the race triathletes see when they close their eyes at night. For the amateurs, it's a golden ticket punched in darkness. Before dawn alarms, after work intervals, in the quiet moments of seemingly ordinary lives. The best male professionals in the world have also gathered here. Not to participate, to leave a mark on history.
Everybody wants to win the Ironman World Championship title, which makes it so special.
Seeing all the big names that are fired up and ready to go. So you kind of have to be clear with yourself, you know, no, F that, you know. I'm going for the podium, I don't care about these guys, right?
Overcoming those dark moments, overcoming those challenging points that will always happen during an Ironman, and getting to that finish line no matter what it takes.
It's on from the gun. You can really, suffer quite a lot, even early on the swim, and then you still have 8 hours of racing left.
The goal is not to just be here in Nice, the goal is to race for the win in Nice.
The French Riviera, bursting with glamour and glittering shorelines, is also home to climbs that tear at your lungs and descents that demand undaunted courage. Nice knows triathlon. It has multi-sport history in its bones. And in 2025, it hosts one last dance before the Ironman World Championship returns to Kona in 2026. The stakes may look different. No prize purse, no headlines, but the mission is shared. 2,500 amateurs, one world stage. They've come to step into the spotlight. Flags waving, cultures from around the globe, gathering around a shared experience and dream.
To test your limits.
It's a great pleasure and it's a great honor.
You get it for all your life.
Y representar al país.
Representing his country.
Because anything is possible.
Battles each and every day, try to inspire people to find they're possible.
For them, this isn't all about podiums. It's about proof. Proof that the early alarms pay off. That the solo miles, the quiet discipline, have added up to something special. That they are capable of extraordinary things. There is no reward, no party like the Ironman World Championship. And there's no backdrop like the Côte d'Azur. Bikes checked in. Tires pumped. Sleep will not come easy tonight. Tomorrow, dreams either detonate or deliver.
The time is now, and today's Ironman World Championship brings together nearly 60 of the world's top professional male triathletes.
This is one of the deepest pro men's fields ever assembled. World champions, decorated Olympians, young guns with nothing to lose.
Morning.
3 words echo through the streets of Nice. Norwegian hype. Train. Friends, classmates, training partners tested through cold Scandinavian winters.
Yeah, it's a really good course where you can do a lot of damage, both on your competitors, but also on yourself.
Blumenfeld arrives with a resume that reads like fiction. Olympic gold, world titles. Eden, the 2022 champion, looks like his former self. Strong, loose, dangerous.
Nervous as always before the race. It's something about being prepared for something that you truly want to excel at.
And then there's Casper Stornes, the quiet one. All season, he's been stacking results the way some people stack firewood. This is his first shot at the Ironman World Championship.
But I felt nervous kind of for the whole morning, and I started to puke a little bit. So now I'm really nervous.
Never underestimate a man who's already worn the crown. Bib number 1, Patrick Lange of Germany. The reigning champion, 3-time king of Kona. He knows how to deliver when the world is watching.
Those nerves there, actually, you have to welcome them because they are really what gives you the power to go beyond your limits.
And then there's Sam Laidlow, France's first Ironman world champion, the hometown hero, the last man to win on the Nice course.
On race morning, you know that it's going to be a lot of pain and you're going to need something very special to win on the day.
We also have 21 rookies in our field that have never competed in an Ironman World Championship that will get their chance today.
The young South African Jamie Riddle, Germany's Jonas Schomburg, and Belgian Martin van Riel, Olympians with engines built for long-distance dominance.
Normally I'm super relaxed, but I felt like, okay, it's something different.
As a kid growing up, I always wanted to do the Tour de France, so this is the Tour de France feelings.
Yeah, someone told me there's a big race on this weekend, so I thought I'd show up. And I think everyone's looking towards me in the swim to like set out the pace and get a group of 4 or 5 of us away. But once we got that away, it's Martin's job, it's Jonas's job, it's Sam's job. It's not my job as a 25-year-old kid to help them in their race. They're the ones with the sponsors. They need to do what they need to do for them.
They didn't come to Nice to play. They came to disrupt the hierarchy.
All the spectators, all the athletes, 2,500 plus, 86 different countries, regions, and provinces, everything from around the world here to compete in the Ironman World Championship.
Nerves don't knock politely here. They kick the door in. The question isn't whether you feel it, it's how you can use it. No one arrives at the Ironman World Championship by accident. You get here on purpose. And that purpose is what will carry them when the legs go heavy and the doubts get loud. Luke Ambler of the United Kingdom is racing for more than a finish time. He's honoring the memory of his brother-in-law lost to suicide. As a founder of Andy's Man Club, one of the UK's fastest-growing suicide prevention charities for men, Luke has turned grief into action. In 2025, he and longtime friend Johnny Mason launched Mission Possible, completing every UK Ironman and Ironman 70.3 event to raise awareness for men's mental health. Today is another milestone in that mission. They race for people who can't.
I approached mother-in-law and said, too many men are dying by suicide. Andy shouldn't die in vain. And together, she gave me a blessing to start this movement, and we started a concept called Andy's Man Club, where blokes just like me, just like yourself, just like any man watching this, could meet up, have a chat, have a brew, and who knows what would happen. And yeah, the first night, 9 random blokes turned up, couldn't believe it, pinched myself. Even to the day, I don't think they'll ever be always proud as that first night when those 9 guys walked in, and the conversations, and the depth of conversations that were had. Then the week after, 15 men. And I found a really horrific stat about how many men it took their life, and I thought I'll put that on a post and I'll just tell people it's okay to talk. So I took a selfie, okay, so I went downstairs, spoke to my partner, she went, terrible idea. I probably won't ever take her advice again, because that night it just went, like, people just did it, rugby players, then like people on the news who were connected to them. A Lad Bible relay sent it into stratosphere because Bob tagged Ricky Gervais. He put a photo on like that, it's okay to talk, and boom, next minute it's just everyone's involved, and it just went global. The stuff that sounds good on the Instagram reel as per se isn't the big thing. The big thing is being here at Ironman, and a guy last night asked us what the OK sign was. So for me, that's what's important about this Man Club, the connections, the relationships, the friendships, the people. So we're now 9 years in, we've opened just under 320 groups, and we help over 6,000 men every week, and these are different men who walk through the door. All men coming together, one common goal, to have a chat, have a brew, and go back home to the families, and that's all we ultimately want. The mission is to stop families going through what our family's gone through.
The IRONMAN World Championship is a different animal. It magnifies doubt, amplifies expectation. No one stands on this start line untouched by pressure. The Mediterranean looks calm from shore. It won't feel that way in a sea of thrashing arms and legs.
I was quite vocal before the race in terms of how I wanted to race. I even created a WhatsApp group, which was pretty cool. I knew that if I wanted any chance of podiuming, I would need to do it my way. So that's exactly what we did.
And now, just moments before the pro men get underway, the air is thick with anticipation. Heartbeats quicken. Explodes off the line like someone lit a fuse. It's bold, maybe reckless, or maybe it's genius.
It was just on from the start.
Light blue cap on his feet is likely the cap of Martin Van Riel, 2 likely suspects to be at the front of this Roka swim.
This isn't just swimming, it's chess at lactate threshold. Pace changes, wide lines around buoys, micro surges designed to snap elastic bands. Riddle is orchestrating.
We knew the game plan exactly. I was going to take it out for about 600-700 meters, flip onto my back, Jonas was going to come through. We're going to go wide left around the boys, Jonas, Martin, Sam, Andrea, and I was going to go right, take 1 or 2 strokes easy, and then sprint across to the guys.
I felt I were in control in periods in the swim, but then around the boys, I saw Jamie and the others were really like pushing. So I thought that was something of the tactic to like spread out the field.
And then shock. Sam Laidlow stops.
Big news down here. In the last 2 minutes, we saw Sam Laidlow literally pull to the inside of the course, stop swimming. He's 100 meters behind where he was a couple of minutes ago and came to a dead stop.
Early on in the swim, started cramping in both hip flexors. Had to stop the first time and then the second time. Yeah, at one point I came very close to getting in that boat, wanting to stop. In that moment, I really thought of all the people that had come to watch me. I thought it would be a shame if I'd stopped that early on. So yeah, they really carried me through, and I promised them that I would fight as much as I could.
For a moment, the script rips in half. World titles don't wait for you to recover. Back on shore, the age group men stand at the edge of something enormous. Quiet nods instead of words. In a few minutes, they'll step onto a start line that has the power to redefine a life. Some are here chasing a personal dream they've carried for years. Some are carrying someone else. This isn't a race. It's a mission. For many, this is the most challenging part of the race. Churning arms and legs all around. You have to find composure to just keep moving forward. One stroke at a time. The pro men are closing out the first test of the day, 2.4 miles in the open water. This is where the lead swimmers make their statement to the rest of the field. Stretch the elastic, snap it. But today, it hasn't broken.
Front of the race, clearly very tactical. We've seen Schomburg, Riddle and Van Riel swap turns. We actually saw Schomburg roll off and go from his spot, leading the arrowhead to tucking back in on Martin's feet. Also of note, Rudy von Berg, Christian Blumenfeld and Magnus Dittley are three of the big pre-race favourites all together and not too far behind.
Even if we didn't cause the separation we wanted, I think we did hurt a lot of the big players. I'm not going to mention names, but it was definitely something that the consensus for everyone was that was the hardest World Championships we've ever had.
The front pack is lean, but not lonely. Just behind, a lot of horsepower. Men who would much rather settle things on two wheels.
Right now, appearing that Andreas Aldersberg will be our race leader out of the Roka Swim course. 45.11. Michael, that is, for a non-wetsuit swim, very, very fast swimming. That is Jonas Schomburg, who's sprinting through transition.
I like to be in the front, being in a position like putting others under pressure, and I think with my abilities in the swim, transition and the bike, I think I can put them under pressure.
Rudy von Berg with Christian Blumenfeld, Matthew Marquardt at a minute back, Magnus Ditlev also in that group. Oh my gosh, that chase group is powerful.
There's Gustav Eden on the left with the blue sleeve. As you look at some of these other contenders, Patrick Longa, the gold cap right there, a few men back, and there is Sam Laidlow, way beyond where he would normally be.
This is not the day Laidlow imagined. But this race doesn't make any promises. Now, it's all about salvage. The Norwegian machine tightens formation. Blumenfeld steady. Eden patient. Stornes calculating. The hype train doesn't panic. It advances. In the age group race, the swim is behind them. Salt water drying on skin. Ahead, 112 miles through the Maritime Alps. this is where the doubts start whispering. The climbs don't care who you are. They don't care what you've posted, what you've promised, what you've sacrificed. They just ask, how bad do you want it?
Luke Hopkins heading now from the Roca swim into the Ruvi transition zone.
Luke Hopkins, a 22-year-old from Austin, Texas, doesn't shy away from that question. A personal trainer, professional bodybuilder, hybrid athlete, and content creator. Luke is a young man who's built a life around doing hard things. After conquering Ironman Wisconsin and finishing Ironman Texas, he's here to test himself among the world's best. For Luke, adversity isn't a detour, it's the point. He races to show others that there's joy hiding inside the most audacious goals.
My name is Luke Hopkins, originally from Bridgeport, Connecticut, now living in Austin, Texas. I graduated from the University of Southern California with a major in neuroscience and a minor in psychology, and I decided that after college I wanted to take a little bit of a bet on myself and see what it would look like to try and make a career out of being an athlete. So through sharing my life story on social media and competing in a number of different events spanning from bodybuilding and powerlifting to now 2 Ironmans, and gratefully enough at the IRONMAN World Championship here in Nice, France, it has been nothing short of a pleasure to be able to document the journey and bring along every other individual that chooses to support me, reminding anyone that you can accomplish anything. I think growing up, I always had an idea of what an Ironman is. It was more so as a concept or a myth, because you hear that and you think, wow, that's extremely intense. And I always knew that I wanted to try, because anything that scares me, anything that intimidates me, it's something that I want to do. I want to push outside of what I'm comfortable with to see what I'm capable of. But I knew I wanted to give a lot of effort to it. So throughout college, it was always in the back of my mind of, okay, come my senior year, when I have a little bit more time, whatever it is I'm doing outside after college, I want to do an Ironman. I would have to give all the credit to my family. We've been challenged multiple times throughout my life. My father was involved in a train accident, which he was then hospitalized for countless days. You know, in the following 10 years since then, he's had several surgeries, and it's been a lot that my family has had to readjust our entire life to. It has brought us so much closer together, and at the age of 12, it forced me to develop a more mature perspective on what is truly important in life. That importance is family and taking care of those who choose to support you. So much of it I try and just give back to them. My oldest brother is one of the strongest individuals I've ever met, having multiple mental health issues. And in 2019, after a very close attempt with taking his own life, it was an eye-opening moment for me that there are individuals out there who truly struggle to see the value in their own life. And from that moment, I kind of made a commitment to myself, to my family, to those around me, that I wanted to be someone who made it okay to not be okay, who made it okay to share your struggles, to inspire others to realize that they are never alone, that they're always supported and that they're always loved, because you never know the impact you could have on someone else by just simply being you.
Jonas took over and actually went quite fast up the climb, but I could feel that he was really empty, because normally he would always try to at least do something.
As the pro men grind through the climbs of the Maritime Alps, a question starts to ripple through the race. Where is Sam Laidlow? These roads remember him. In 2023, he turned this course into a one-man exhibition, off the front, alone, daring anyone to follow. Sam Laidlow hasn't just rejoined the race, he seized it.
I heard out in the course that Sam is behind us, and I was like, what? I thought he was with the others.
I was pretty certain he would just DNF. Super impressed by him when he came past me and off the main climb.
So on the start of the bike, I think I just slowly paced my own race until I caught the big main pack with Christian, Magnus and Gustav and all the favourites. Then I just put the pressure on the main climb. Just had to focus on myself, taking it pedal stroke by pedal stroke. Ironman can be a long day and anything can happen. Just told myself that if they came off the bike with me, they probably weren't going to run as fast as they normally do.
Before Sam Laidlow came by, and he was basically dictating the pace all the way up. Casper was then second in line, I was third. So I think we were like 1 minute behind as we came up on top of that hill.
We just got vision of our 3 leaders who are now on the plateau at the top of the Maritime Alps, getting up to what I think is the most crucial part of this race, and this is Chase Pack 1, getting to the top of the Maritime Alps.
For me, when I got to the plateau, there was a tailwind section, and me being a slightly bigger guy than some of the Norwegians, that was probably where I had the best chance of getting away from them. But yeah, it's very difficult to get Blumenfeld off your wheel.
At that point, I thought that, okay, this is going perfectly to plan. I'm opening up a gap to the runners behind, like Gustav and Casper, as well as I should be confident beating Sam Laidlow on the run, and now he's bringing me back into the front of the field.
Jamie was actually strong and he was helping quite well and pushing quite hard. When I passed him just before the descent, he told me like, yeah bro, I'm sorry, like I'm a really bad descender, like I think you're gonna be off by yourself. And that's when I realized I'm just gonna have to attack this downhill.
He was really putting the hammer down, and I was like, oh, now we are going.
The effort to bridge was savage, the kind that leaves a mark you don't see until much later. But this is Ironman, calculated risk dressed up as courage. A long game where the bill always comes due. You just don't know when. The age group men are rolling deeper into the ride. Legs heavy from the mountains. Minds already bracing for what comes next. Luke Ambler is turning the pedals with deliberate resolve. One stroke at a time, one promise at a time. Mission Possible isn't a slogan, it's a statement.
Is someone out there who's thinking, it's not possible for me to recover, it's not possible for me to get over my alcohol problem, my drug problem, or whatever that may be, that by even just having Ironman as the anchor point for them, just to say, actually, if them boys have gone and done that, I can do the same. And I want to be the guy that people look to and think, you know what, if he can do it, I can do it.
These miles are his microphone, this course his platform. Every climb, every descent carries a message. You are not alone. Luke Hopkins, 22 years old, but carrying a wisdom beyond his years. Grounded in gratitude and purpose.
I don't believe in doing anything short of 110% effort. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. So this idea of being intentional with what you're doing, not necessarily taking it too serious that you take away all the fun. But when it comes time to compete, it's something that I'm all in on.
Never underestimate the impact you can have simply by showing up and refusing to quit. That's what he's here to prove.
Full credit to Martin Van Riel, because for how well Sam Laidlow knows this course, Martin Van Riel doing just a brilliant job of staying away. He's not away anymore.
Back in the pro men's race, the men are flying through the back half of the ride.
Actually, seeing just Christian and Sam come back made me quite happy, because like if it's only the 3 of us, you know, like a podium might be on the cards.
Chase Pack 1, a select group, Nick Thompson, Gustav Eden, Casper Stornes, just over a minute down.
I was just
holding on for dear life to Gustav down that last descent, and I thought I'd repay the favour to him once we sort of got to the bottom, and I had really good legs. Credit to Casper, I think he did most of the descent actually alone.
I was actually a little bit surprised that we managed to catch them in the downhill. I did see them at some point, and that was very motivating. When you push hard and losing, it's not always easy to keep on pushing hard, but I got some rewards when I saw them.
And then when we came to the bridge, I saw Christian. So then I thought, oh, has he got a cramp or something? And then I saw the whole group. So then I was kind of thinking, it's a bit cocky to say, but like, you're kind of giving this to us now. But still, a lot can happen. It's a marathon.
The tension spikes. Every position is measured. Every glance over the shoulder is loaded. They're choosing who they want beside them when the real fight, the marathon run, begins.
You've got Van Riel, then Laidlow, then Nick Thompson. Now you've got Blumenfeld together with Gustav Iden and Kasper Stornes, the three Norwegians.
Just another training day.
The training partners.
The stage is set for something special along the Promenade des Anglais. You almost never see this many heavyweights hit the marathon together. Not at a World Championship. Not this late. Not with this much on the line. They surge out of transition like it's a 10K, not a marathon. Fast, aggressive, no easing in.
And the two Norwegians head out shoulder to shoulder.
Gustav was going out in like a 3:20 pace, and I thought this might be Gustav back in old good fitness, and he's bringing back the lucky hat. Yeah, this could be his lucky day, so I just have to make sure that I'm staying in his back and not letting him getting any gaps at all.
Yeah, I wanted to catch them before the turnaround because of the headwind. I wasn't working hard, but kind of running efficient fast in the first part.
At this level, hesitation can kill your chances. Sometimes you have to trust your instinct and legs and go. And sometimes that's exactly how you break.
And then I saw also Gustav and Christian, since I had the same gap to them. So we were going like this towards them. Then I saw Gustav Christian catches Sam and Martin, and they settled down a bit. So then I thought, okay, they just wanted to get up before the headwind.
Look at how smart these guys are. You can see they're angling it to protect themselves from the wind, conserving every ounce of energy that they can.
On the return on the first lap, I think I was quite surprised to feel how strong the wind were. 5 guys fighting it for the World Championship crown. Norwegians there, I think at that point we sort of realized that this could actually be a historical day. Like, this could actually go that all 3 of us can be on the podium, but still it's a long day.
5 men, 1 marathon, shoulder to shoulder on the Promenade des Anglais. It feels less like a marathon and more like a duel.
It was so cool to be all the guys at the front there, a lot of spectators, just feeling like I was in it. It's been a while where I felt like I was really in a race, you know? It's different when you can actually race for the win.
When we were the 5 of us together in one line, like just the amount of people cheering for either of us, like it was just like a wall of sound next to you, and just the crowd support there, that it really helps you to keep pushing, not give up, and go all in until the finish line.
We have got Gustav looking super smooth. Sam is right on the shoulder, Christian behind, and actually, surprisingly, we have Kasper off the back.
9 kilometers in, Gustav Iden makes his move. No theatrics, just a surge. The pace sharpens. This is the part of Ironman racing where patience gives in to ambition. On the second lap, they turn back into the headwind. Gustav glances over his shoulder. He leans toward Blumenfeld, a few words exchanged mid-stride.
I asked him if he wanted to go to the front, and then he said, I don't have to. And it's a lot of ways you can interpret that sentence, I don't have to. Like, do you mean I don't have to because I'm good over the last 10K, or I don't have to because I'm happy with second or third? Christian is hard to read.
And then he asked again, and then for the third time he just just demonstrated, just went to the side and slowed down, so I was sort of forced to go into the front. But I felt like he was the one who was trying to do some damage on the run, to sort of hurt me. Why should I then put myself into the hurt box, like digging my own grave?
I saw they were running zigzag in the road, and I gained time. So then I thought, okay, maybe they have starting to feel a bit and they are looking at each other, since they are maybe a bit fatigued also. So then I catch up after 2 laps, and at the middle of the promenade, Christian put me to the front.
First I just told him, man, I don't feel a need to be in the front. You can shine now.
It is, yes, Norway, but the race dynamics between the three of these guys on this Hoka Marathon course have been truly memorable and historic.
I looked a bit at them and I saw it looked like they had a bit of fatigue in the face.
Gustav right here on screen, he looks to be suffering.
At one time when Casper and Christian ran past me and I couldn't keep up, I was like, am I going to be the one Norwegian outside the podium now?
With the way I was feeling then, I realized that this is going to be a fight to just get on the podium.
But look at this, another move. This is Blumenfeld losing ground to Stornes 100%. So they are no longer together. Stornes has opened up that gap.
Now I drop both. It's 15K to go. It's still a long way. This can go the good way or the bad way. So either I'm going to keep this for the whole race, or I will probably blow up the last 5K.
Everybody up and down the front of this England, you will let me know when Casper turns onto the magic carpet of the finish line.
Today we have seen history unfolding as he comes home with the Norwegian flag.
Sub 8 hours, breaking 2:30 for the marathon. It is your 2025 Ironman World Champion, Norway's Casper Stornes.
So now it's taking the flag and take the finish band and race it in the air. I've been playing it so many times the last weeks, months in my head, thinking that I was running on the promenade, leading, just so good to just do it. So yeah, I'm happy.
I tell you what, that is something special right there. And we said this, that to deliver upon what everybody said they thought could happen, the sub 8 and the sub 2:30, Casper Stornes is doing both for the victory. So good.
Here comes Gustav Iden, another Norwegian flag, down the finish chute, on to the red carpet. Let's credit the lucky hat, let's credit the patience, let's credit the persistence and determination of this young man from Norway, your runner-up, Gustav Iden.
Maybe it would be smarter to do like Casper and have a more even split, but his performance on the day was also so amazing. Very impressed by his both racing smartness and also just his performance overall.
Well, we've got 2 Norwegian flags. Will there be a third? Or will the French World Champion Sam Laidlaw manage to catch?
Here he is, third place. Didn't pan out quite the way he thought. We thought he would be the fastest runner on the day. He has certainly had his struggles, but let's give it up for the third step on the podium, also from Norway, Christian Blumenfeld.
World Champion, Ironman World Champion, third in 2025, Christian Blumenfeld.
When I crossed the finish line, then it was more like a relief of that I didn't destroy the Norwegian sweep, and I felt a little bit of responsibility to get that third spot, as well as just extremely happy to be finished, because no matter if you're having a good or bad day in Ironman, it's a long day.
But let's hear Team Norway! Hey, Morgan!
But let's put our hands together for fourth place. Martin Van Riel, agony on the face, but has to be very satisfied.
Sam Laidlow holding on to 5th place.
IRONMAN World Champion, the youngest ever to do so. Well done. 5th place is yours.
Jonas Schomburg with a very strong run after he faded a little bit in the last 40K of the bike. He holds on for 6th. Nick Thompson in 7th. Matthew Marquardt coming across the line now in 8th place. Outstanding performance for the American. Here comes your defending champion.
And give a standing ovation here for this man to be able to crank out 2:31.33 and snags that top 10.
In his first Ironman World Championship with a top 10 performance. Of course, this is Jamie Riddle from South Africa.
Three Norwegians. Same hometown, same training group, same podium. They dreamt it, they talked about it, and then they did it.
It's special. I think I also would be very glad if you had swapped the podium around also, like if one of the other guys were winning. So like it's just a special moment to share it with them, and we've been talking about it in training that it would be so cool if we did it, and we know we have a shot to do it, but it's a World Championship, a lot can happen.
Kasper Stevens, who studied in your Ironman World Champion, Kasper Stevens.
I thought that Kasper was going to be the one who probably ran out of energy, but that being said, I was also hoping that he would win, because now it's like we've all got one title, like us four have all got one title, you know, rather than if Gustav or Christian would have got another one, I'd be like, but yeah, all us four in kind of the same generation, let's say, have all got one. That'll definitely be cool going into Kona next year. Yeah.
History doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it runs right past you on the Promenade des Anglais. As the sun drops, the spotlight shifts. Now it belongs to the age groupers. They hail from varying walks of life. But today, the journey is shared.
Mission Possible, Ironman number 4 out of 5. Let's go!
To be in a position where people who I've never met in real life feel comfortable enough to come up to me in person and say about how much just my existence has impacted their life in a positive way. It's something that I will never stop saying how grateful I am for, because people are realizing that they are capable of making this positive lifestyle change. But it's not necessarily about buying your first bike or signing up for your first race, but it's about committing to changing your life for the better, and realizing that no matter how old you are, no matter who you are or where you come from, you can be the best version of yourself. It's going to take a lot of work, and it's never going to be easy, but it's always going to be worth it. That's what I always remind myself is you live the present moment for the future you, and it's all about just being right where your feet are right now and making the most of every opportunity, so down the line you could always look back and be grateful for it.
This is where identity is stripped down to its essentials, where excuses fall away, where you meet yourself unfiltered.
Welcome to your IRONMAN World Championship finish line.
Luke Hopkins, USA, come on, put your hands up. You are an Ironman.
So many people on the course, outside of the course, yelling for my name. It's cool. It's really, really cool. To complete the IRONMAN World Championship at 22, it's pretty cool. I'm super grateful for that.
The finish line isn't an ending. It's a recalibration. Potential redrawn. Limits reimagined.
From the United Kingdom, Johnny, you are an Ironman.
It needs dedicating to Andy's Man Club because that's the reason why we're here. That's what we're doing it for. Mission Possible is all about getting people to find their possible, and I definitely found mine today.
One more mile. One more step. One more promise kept. Under the lights in Nice, ordinary people do something extraordinary. And the city finally exhales.
Hours from now, someone struggling with cancer still got cancer. 24 hours from now, someone who's suicidal probably still feels suicidal. And I think what a privilege it is to be able to come here and swim in Riviera. What a privilege to be able to go cycle on one of probably the most beautiful courses and then run up and down or walk up and down that promenade. I think it's a privilege. And 24 hours from now, I won't be in that same pain that I was in the day before. triathlon and Ironman, your families, you know, they go through a lot of sacrifices for you, and to have their full support, and no matter how tough it was getting, saying, my real fist pumping me, or my wife would say, come on, a real, like it all played its part, and this is what it's about, and we've all got us why. Here's mine. There's so much work still to be done to smash these stigmas and get guys to know that there's another way out other than taking the life. It's got a big job to do, and we can't stop here.
One start line. One crown. One long day that demands courage and reveals a version of you you've never met before. They come from everywhere, different paths. Same question: how far can I really go? The answer isn't given, it's earned.
It felt really hard from the start, already after a couple of Ks, thinking like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this.
Really put myself in the hurt locker and trying to make it a hard day for everyone. I'm like, if I'm suffering, so is everyone else.
I want to do my best performance and I want to get to the front. I want to win this race, but I wanted to win 2 years ago, and I wasn't able to even perform adequately.
This isn't just a race. It's the pinnacle of endurance sport. The challenge every athlete wants to qualify for, to measure themselves against, to conquer. Out there, across endless miles, where the noise fades and the truth gets loud. 140.6 miles of resolve, risk, and revelation.
I felt like I left a piece of my soul out on the course. You go for the win, and sometimes you go big, and sometimes you go home. I can't have any regrets.
No easing in. No backing out. Just swim, bike, run.
His final piece of advice was to remember to really live big.
Triathlon gives me joy. I'll do swim, bike, and run as long as I can.
The more I ran, the better I felt. The better I felt, the more I believed in myself.
A challenge of body, mind, and spirit that has tested athletes beyond their limits for nearly 50 years. This is the IRONMAN World Championship. Kailua Kona, Hawaii. Paradise. For these athletes, it's that. But also something else entirely. Black lava, blazing sun, wind that never settles, heat that doesn't negotiate. Here the Ironman pushes you to the edge and reveals who you are when it feels like there's nothing left to give. It's race week, and the center of the triathlon world has landed on the Big Island. After the men raced in Nice, it's the women's turn. The energy here isn't subtle. It hums, it presses, it waits. Because Kona isn't just another stop on the race calendar. It's the race. The one that athletes picture in their mind, in their training. The one that pulled them into the sport in the first place. The one that lingers in the imagination. For the professionals, it's a proving ground, the place where legends are made. The best in the world have come here, not just to race each other, but to answer the unique challenge of this island, to meet it on its own terms.
I think there's nothing quite like it, certainly in triathlon, but I think across many sports, you've got the best female athletes on the planet all about to take on such a huge challenge, but also in such a brutal climate.
Obviously, this race has such history, and I didn't appreciate that before getting into the sport, but now I really feel it. And 2 years ago when I couldn't finish, made this an even bigger challenge than I thought it could possibly be to try again and race again.
I really told myself, Laura, really try to enjoy it. This is probably a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and be proud wearing #1 and just try to give your best effort.
It's Kona, anything can happen, anything is possible. It's a good tagline, right?
It's the start of race week in Kailua Kona. Sun, sea, easy days, cruise ships bobbing offshore, a Li'i Drive lined with banyan trees, cafes, and souvenir shops. But over the span of a few days each October, everything changes. Grandstands rise, banners go up, faces of former world champions stare down from a Li'i Drive. The Ironman village comes alive. Bikes everywhere, bodies in motion. There are training swims, industry meetups, press conferences, and autograph signings. This quiet stretch of coastline has transformed into something else entirely. A mecca for triathlon. You can feel it building with every sunrise. For the age group racers, this start line was earned through early mornings, punishing workouts, and quiet persistence. Just getting here is a victory.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take all of it in, and it's such a great experience to be here, so.
I hope I come to the finish line.
Excited. Yeah, very excited.
So happy. It's a dream. I'm very, very happy and excited. Yeah, I want to be excited. Right now I'm nervous. It's going to be the best day ever.
Nervous, but feeling prepared, feeling ready. I know it's going to be emotional. I feel like this whole week I've had a lot of waterworks, so I'm hoping that it won't be the waterworks on that finish line, but I'm not also sure. But it'll definitely be a lot of happiness as well.
It's race morning in Kona. A steady rain has been falling all morning. The air feels tropical, heavy. This is one of the deepest professional women's field the Ironman World Championship has ever seen. There are past champions, challengers, and new forces rising fast. Front and center is Lucy Charles-Barclay of Great Britain, the reigning queen of Kona. For years, she chased this title, came second again and again, until finally she broke through. That's what makes her dangerous.
There's so much riding on it. It's the World Championships, and yeah, that tension is certainly building, and it's kind of that apprehension of what's ahead and then what could be achieved on that day. So it's pretty special, but it's also pretty brutal as well.
Then there's American Taylor Knibb, still new to the distance, still learning. But Knibb is talked about as a once-in-a-generation athlete. Raw power meets Olympics-level pedigree and a willingness to push limits many won't touch.
It was raining, but I think it was the perfect opportunity. Like in Paris, when I woke up to rain the morning of the individual race, I was like, absolutely freaked out by it, but I was just like, you know what, like, you get through town, you get on the Queen K, you're good, like, just stay upright. This is an opportunity, have a good day.
Great Britain's Kat Matthews doesn't need hype. She's built her reputation on consistency and pure grit. One of the best runners in the sport, she has finished second twice at the IRONMAN World Championship. Close enough to taste it.
I felt really good, nice and calm coming into the race. Somehow I managed to get myself into a good headspace. Just in terms of my own effort, not worrying about the competition itself exactly. Why not, you know, just send it, you know, empty yourself, why not?
And then there's the past IRONMAN World Champions who are proven when the stakes are at their highest. Laura Philipp of Germany, triumphant in Nice in 2024.
I really enjoyed race morning because it felt like finally we get to race. The tension is rising and that's exactly what you need to trying to execute.
Also lining up, American Chelsea Sodaro, the 2022 Ironman World Champion and podium finisher last year in Nice, and yet still somehow considered by many an underdog.
I'm here to execute my best swim, bike, and run and give everything. You know, I think when you win a title on the biggest stage there is in our sport, which is here in Kona, you open yourself up to a lot of criticism and opinions, and the reality is that I always give everything.
And then, Solveig Lovseth of Norway, the newcomer but not the underdog. She's had a rapid progression that's turned heads across the sport. A statement debut in Hamburg, followed by her first Ironman win at Lake Placid.
Some people actually picked me for the podium. I just thought that was cool, but I didn't feel any pressure from it. I was just like, wow, that's actually, it's cool that people believe in me, but I was super relaxed.
She's calm, calculated. And in Kona, that matters because this race rewards discipline and occasionally introduces a new name to the world. The age group athletes have all come here for the same thing, to make it down Ali'i Drive, to hear their name as they cross that iconic finish line. Because there's no moment like it in sport. It is a lifelong membership to an ohana, a family that is yours for life. Pro or age group racer, every member is valued equally. In this ohana, some are racing for those who can't. Among them, Colleen Brown.
This is going to be amazing.
Wife of Kyle Brown, a man who refused to let amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, define his limits. Even as the disease progressed, he stood on the start line of the 2021 Ironman 70.3 World Championship and finished what most thought impossible. 2 years later, he was gone. But his story didn't end there, because Colleen is here now. She's taken the grief, the loss, the unfinished business, and turned it into motion. Earlier this year, she stepped onto the start line at Ironman 70.3 St. George to honor Kyle. And now, she stands in Kona.
Good luck.
This was his dream.
I can't believe I'm here. Can't believe I'm here. It's amazing.
She's here to carry something forward with her, to finish what he started.
Okay, so the Davis High Mountain Bike team just wants to say we're really excited that Coach Colleen gets to go to Kona and do the Ironman for Kyle.
My name is Colleen Brown, and I'm from Kaysville, Utah, which is just north of Salt Lake City. My husband, and that, I can't even say that, and it makes me tear up. He passed away of ALS And the reason Ironman knew about him is he had qualified and raced for the World Championship 70.3 in 2021. And the world fell in love with Kyle because that's the personality that he is. He's an amazing athlete and charming and fun and inspiring and uplifting, and it got me here.
People give you all kinds of stuff when they're dying. It's been awesome.
Kona was his goal. Then COVID happened and everything shut down. And by the end of 2020, his ALS symptoms were starting to come on. It's the one bucket list thing that he had that he didn't get to do. So I am honored. And that's where the saying that this is Kyle's fault came about, is he, because everybody loved him, because everybody knew him, you guys knew me and gave me the opportunity, and it's all Kyle's fault.
Kyle would have, done anything to go to Kona and race. If there's anything that he taught us, it's go for it and step outside your comfort zone. Like, you can do it. It's, it's all mental. You're telling yourself that you can't. You totally can. I'm incredibly proud of her. Colleen and I, we support each other. It's like, she'll come out to my races, I come out to her races, and we support each other, just outside of racing as well, just in life, period. But we're a team now. We're Team Kyle. We're Team Kyle Brown.
My story really is a story of grief and loss and how to recover from that. Yeah, that's why I'm here. So when I'm miserable Saturday, it's beautiful, but it is Kyle's fault, and I'll gladly take it.
It is the Big Island of Hawaii, and the 2025 Ironman World Championship is just about to get underway.
You see it on the start line. That look, a little distant, a little unsure. Like the reality just hit all at once. What did I sign up for? Because for all the training, all the preparation, there are no guarantees here. Everyone stands on that line with the same truth. You don't know how the day will unfold. And that uncertainty, it only adds to the meaning of this race.
We are moments away from the start of the Ironman World Championship women's race here in Kailua, Kona.
Like, there's just all this excitement and nerves and adrenaline. And I don't know, you just kind of know you're about to go into battle. And I don't know, I kind of like that feeling.
This start here was something I have never experienced, like swimming out like 50 meters to the start line. Everyone is choosing their spot, and people out cheering, watching, like, it was so great.
The start is always a bit hectic, and you want to keep an eye on, okay, where are the good swimmers here? Where is it smart for me to start so I can have the best start as possible? So
I'm like looking for Lucy and Taylor, who both have green caps. I see where Taylor is, she's kind of like unsure of where she's going to start, but I'm like, where's Lucy? I can't find her anywhere.
Most of the women had lined up in the water, and I kind of was like, well, one, I don't want to get cold before the start, and two, I don't want anyone to know where I'm lining up in the water, so I kind of waited until the last moment to kind of slip into the start line.
I tried something different. I went to the very right side, where not so many of, especially the favorites, were positioning themselves. I decided, okay, I will move over to the side where I know I will have more space, so I can just go for myself and find my rhythm.
seconds away from the start of the race here. The traditional cannon start signals the opening of this year's 2025 race here at the IRONMAN World Championship, Kailua Bay now.
The start cannon fires, and Lucy Charles-Barclay doesn't hesitate. She drives the pace immediately. No easing in, no feeling it out. 400 meters of pure intent. Stretch the field, snap the elastic early. Behind her, Taylor Knibb locks on, close, controlled, right where she wants to be. Until she isn't. The gap opens, and Lucy is gone.
I didn't really expect to get a lead in the swim like I did 2 years ago, but yeah, it was pretty good to kind of swim a bit, and then I had a little look and I was like, okay, you've got the gap, so the day is getting off to a good start.
Like, fully honestly, I was seeing where Lucy went because I've been swimming really well in training. Now that doesn't really mean much when you don't do it in the race. So I just wanted to see and give myself a shot. I mean, it's Lucy and it's in Kona and she nails this swim impressively.
We are looking at Lucy Charles-Barclay doing what she does best, and that is swim off the front by herself. She doesn't need any help.
Behind Lucy, a familiar pattern begins to take shape. A pack of 10, maybe 15, trying to keep the damage under control. It's organized for now. But Kona doesn't let things stay tidy for long.
So that Kat was there and Lisa was there. I knew I was with some good riders, and that made me actually relax quite a bit in that group. I was thinking, like, might have wished to be further in front, but I'm with really good people.
There's the gold colour. That is Laura Phillip just sitting on the right-hand side of the pack there.
I started more lonely, but then I found the group, and I think because I had more space, that was a good decision.
The group has been trimmed down. 7 remain, among them Taylor Knibb, Hannah Berry, Holly Lawrence, strong, composed, in touch. And then another group behind them, not out of it. Sitting there are some of the most dangerous cyclists in the race. Laura Phillip, Kat Matthews, Lisa Perterer, Solveig Loveseth. Close enough to chase. And in Kona, that's all you need. Back on shore, the age group women stand at the edge of their race start. Swim skins zipped up, goggles resting on foreheads. A few deep breaths, quiet glances, no need for words. In a matter of minutes, they'll step onto a start line that has the power to redefine who they are. For some, this isn't just a goal. It's been a calling they've carried for years.
You are the women of mana, of power and strength. Pull down that mana from above. Pull up that mana from below. And you will succeed.
Hawaiian drums provide the soundtrack for their start. Low, steady, unmistakable. A rhythm that cuts through the noise and pulls everything into focus. It's more than sound. It's a signal, a call to the water. Each starting wave stands on the edge, feeling it build. Heartbeat matching beat. Nerves settling into something deeper. This is Kona. You don't just hear it, you feel it. The pulse of the island carrying them forward into Kailua Bay. The pro women are closing out the first test of the day, the 2.4-mile swim. Out front, it's a familiar scene. Lucy Charles-Barclay is alone. Clear water, clean line, exactly where she wants to be. But this time, it's different. The gap isn't stretching the way it has before. The chase is there, closer, just a couple of minutes back.
Lucy obviously got away, and then Taylor kind of came back to me. And then she was just obviously like, nope, I don't want to be leading this group. So I was kind of leading for a little bit, and then Hayley Chura pulled around, and then I was quite happy to let her lead.
So it was a bit rough. I think people talked about how the swells, like I don't think we were expecting that. What's the saying? Like you can't win in the swim, but you can lose it.
This is Lucy Charles Barkley. She is now within reach of the Ruby T1. Lucy Charles Barkley now out of the water.
With an official time of 49:29.
What should have been separation turns into opportunity.
In second place, Hayley Chura and Holly Lawrence. Taylor Knibb, 50:59 for Hayley Chura coming in, 51 minutes for Holly Lawrence. So right there you can see that it's around about 1 minute and 31 seconds. So a lot closer than what they were a few years ago.
Looking to get out of town and out of sight as much as possible. So a group of 6 women out there in T2. Chelsea Sodaro, another notable, was in that main pack behind Taylor Knibb. So that's one we're going to watch.
As we now get to see Marta Sanchez coming in from Spain there. Now we get the rest of the group that's going to be coming in.
We have a race on our hands. Now we're just waiting for that second chase to come out. What is the split?
Here comes Kat Matthews today. She is one of our race favourites here, just exiting the water right now.
Looking at that gap, it's 6:16, so a little bit more than she would have hoped, but still, well within the realm.
But the news of the day so far, Laura Phillip was fast enough in the swim to get on the heels of Kat Matthews.
I think my swim was probably just an average swim. I think I could have easily swum that, and that would have been absolutely fine. But the fact that there were so many other people in the group who maybe normally would be a couple of minutes behind, that was the big difference.
Getting to her bike, there's trouble for Kat Matthews.
It was a nice idea to try and give me some ice, put down my suit, cool me down, out of the swim. And then the ice somehow had, rather than melting, it had dried up and then stuck to the inside of the helmet. And so it was just something I had to spend 30 seconds sorting out.
It's enough time to lose contact with the front of the race. A match burned this early could have consequences.
The 2025 Ironman World Championships continues along the Queen Kaumanu Highway. Lucy Charles Barkley, Taylor Knibb is right in there. Solveig Løseth from Norway right up there, as well as Marta Sanchez, Holly Lawrence, Kat Matthews, Laura Phillip, Lisa Perderer is in there, and catching up is Marjolaine Pierre.
The pro women are far out of town where the island opens up and the race changes. This is the Kona bike course. The terrain is honest. The elements are relentless. Heat, humidity, crosswinds that come out of nowhere. You can't simulate this. You can't rehearse it somewhere else.
Solveig was a different level after around 25-30k where she made the move. I was on her wheel behind.
Ooh. And Solveig was just really accelerating on the downhills. So again, you just sort of pick up on that and make sure you're there at the top of the hill, but I think I just missed one of them and she was gone.
Yeah, it was definitely not the plan. Decided that I would take a turn. I think it's nice when you are a group that you can actually help each other. After a while, I got a bit annoyed that I thought we were going to share this. Can somebody else come through? And then I started to look behind me to see if somebody else wanted to take a turn. And then I realized, oh, they're actually not behind me anymore.
Some splits are coming through. And it's interesting to see Solveig has moved up. So now she's riding with India Lee, Holly Lawrence, Marta Sanchez, and then there's a minute gap to Laura Phillip, Perderer, and Matthews.
I was riding with Marta. I'd taken a caffeine pill And then I felt really good and I dropped both of them. And Solveig came across and she looked really happy to see me. Ideally, I wanted to be like, you can descend with Solveig, but it never came together.
Leader for today and the defending champ from 2023 here in Kona, Lucy Charles-Barclay. I feel like the women, the Kat Matthews, Lisa Perderer and Laura Philipp group need to make some moves now.
Yeah, so the time splits I got, they were not very motivating, to be honest. The gap was increasing and it was a bit frustrating. And at some point, you know, I even thought like, oh my God, like how big will this gap be if it continues to be like this?
The age group women are deep into Kailua Bay. From shore, it looks calm, inviting. Out there, it's something else. Arms clash, water churns, the surface turns to white noise in motion. This is the first real test. Not just of fitness, but of composure. Because in Kona, you can't fight the ocean. You move through it, stroke by stroke, breath by breath, buoy to buoy, forward, always forward. One by one, the age group women conquer the 2.4-mile swim and mentally prep for what's next, a 112-mile ride along the Kohala coast. They pass through transition with purpose, helmets on, shoes clipped in, final deep breaths to find composure and lock in before hitting the road. Then, they're out. The course doesn't care who you are or what it took to get here. It only asks one thing. What do you have today? Natalie Graybo has an answer. The 80-year-old from Mountain Lakes, New Jersey came to this year's IRONMAN World Championship with a chance to make history, to become the oldest woman to finish this race. Many would call it unimaginable. She calls it unfinished. Because this isn't about age, it's about will. One pedal stroke at a time, she rolls along into the heat, into the wind, into a moment she spent a lifetime earning.
I'm Natalie Graybo. I'm an 11-time Ironman World Champion finisher. I'm also a 4-time 70.3 Ironman World Championship finisher. Oh, I know I've always been competitive. It's been ingrained that I've always tried my hardest, do as well as I could. I don't think you should compare yourself to anybody else. Just go for it. Be the best that you can be. Show the best that you can show. You shouldn't say I could never do that. You should say, what can I do that's fun and that gets me moving? So it could be dance, it could be water aerobics, it could be fast walking. What will get you out the door that makes you happy, that makes you feel stronger, and you become stronger and more confident by doing that. By 80, you've gotten a lot of experiences under your belt of doing hard things. Triathlon gives me joy and makes me feel stronger, and I love it, and I'll do swim, bike, and run as long as I can. I think we should all try to make the most of what we do have. I don't understand giving up. I would never give up, ever. Who wants to give up at 80? I mean, I still have things to do.
The race leaders are closing in on the halfway mark and the turnaround in the town of Hawi. This is where you can see the competition for the first time since starting the ride. It's time to take stock, to recalibrate, to make moves.
That aerial view is very interesting. That's Taylor Knibb there, of course. That looked like maybe a minute separating those two women.
I was shocked to catch Lucy. She's like, but I was like, oh my God, it's gonna freak her out because she had like 2 minutes and 10 seconds at the last time gap. And then when she did the U-turn, I was there.
I think I always expected Taylor to catch me at some point. She's so dominant on the bike and so strong. So to have her there, I was like, okay, this is actually great. She's not brought anyone with her. She's on her own. And basically, if I can ride with her, then it's pretty much going to be between me and Taylor for the win. We were establishing such a big gap on the other girls that it almost felt like as long as we don't do anything crazy, this should be a 1-2 for us today. And that would be an amazing outcome.
So my plan was to stop in Javi to make sure I got the 3 bottles, to make sure I had my nutrition. But I don't think she knew that I was gonna stop. And I was like, but I also know Lucy, and she's not like looking behind her. So I'm like, well, I'll be there in her mind.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Taylor had actually stopped at the special needs, so I wasn't quite sure what happened.
This is athlete number 3 coming through. Solveig, oh my gosh, she has had a phenomenal ride and she's just shown her dominance. And here they come, the current world champion, Laura Phillips, Lisa Perdue, Jocelyn McCauley, Hannah Berry, Kat Matthews.
That lead that Taylor and Lucy has is just expanding. We are looking at a 9:40, 9:30.
I can't remember another time split, to be honest, that I paid attention to, because if it's over 10 minutes, it's like, cool. Well, in that race, for some reason, I just switched off to the idea of chasing the front, and I'm not sure exactly how or why.
It was definitely, especially mentally tough. It was helpful to have some supporters out on course. One of my supporters also said, hey Laura, don't play any tactics or cat and mouse things with the other girls, go for it, you're really losing time here.
After the descent from Javi, Taylor Knibb seizes the lead.
This is our first lead change of the day. We have Taylor Knibb from the USA taking the lead now from Lucy Charles Barclay.
When Taylor did eventually come past, I knew that tactically she'd probably make an attack there, and it felt like she made a bit of an attack. I also had assumed she'd probably put in a pretty mighty effort on the climb to catch me, so I feel like maybe her attack wasn't as strong as it could have been, and it felt like, okay, just go with her. And it was probably 5 minutes of working pretty hard, and then it settled back into the pace that I'd been doing, and I was like, this is great, now we're just going to ride back together, hopefully swap leads and take turns, and yeah, hopefully by doing that, even grow our lead on the other girls.
We just received some unfortunate news that Lucy Charles Barclay has received a yellow card. She, unintentional littering. That will be a 1-minute penalty.
Unfortunately, that didn't quite go to plan because we hadn't been riding together very long, and then I accidentally dropped a bottle, and it meant that I had a 1-minute penalty. And I was like, okay, regroup, you can rehydrate in there, take the minute, reset, and then just go again at your own pace.
Taylor has literally shot off. She has taken advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, well, this makes it easy. I don't have to try to drop her. I don't have to put in an effort because the penalty take care of itself.
Solveig has lost a little bit of time. She's just under 7 minutes down from, and I think she got as close as 6 minutes to Lucy and Taylor. But yeah, Solveig now 6:50 back from Lucy and Taylor.
I saw them at the turning point and got some splits to the front on the way back from Javi. So I knew that I was having basically the same distance to the front the whole bike ride. I think I didn't really gain or lose much time to Lucy or Taylor.
Lucy Charles Barclay only 90 seconds back from Taylor Knibb. That'll be a battle in itself. But Laura, Phillip, Kat Matthews, we're just waiting to see if that gap is still blowing out.
our group also, in the beginning, it felt like, you know, we're taking turns and it kind of works, but then it stopped. And at the end, I was the one riding in front for most of the time because I felt like I knew, you know, this might be a disadvantage for the run, but I felt like I want to do my best performance and I want to get to the front, so I will just do it.
Out on the Queen K, the age group athletes are tackling the ride. There are no cooling offshore breezes, no shade for relief. What's left is heat, wind, and a rolling road that doesn't relent. The legs are starting to feel it now. The early adrenaline has faded. The effort has settled into something more honest. But purpose, it changes everything. It steadies the mind and quiets the screaming lungs. It carries you when the body starts to question the plan. Tamsin Horn came to Kona with a clear purpose, to inspire others to believe that they too can do hard things. At 15 years old, her life changed in an instant. A brain bleed that led to partial blindness, epilepsy, and a long road through recovery. A life turned upside down before it had really begun. And now, she's here, out on the Queen K, still moving forward, still answering the question this race asks of everyone. What do you do when it gets hard?
It was just a 15-year-old kid, you know, very sporty, very healthy. One day in particular, I just didn't feel overly right and my visual field was going a bit funny, and I rang my dad from school saying I don't feel good. I jumped into the shower, and being in that shower with the heat of the water and everything just went pretty south for me. I collapsed in the shower, I screamed. My mum heard the sound of me falling and screaming. Was taken to one hospital. They did some scans and could see that it was an active brain bleed. But I worked out pretty quickly that what my life had become was not going to be what it had been. My name is Tamsin Horn. Oh. I am an age group triathlete from New Zealand. I am a mum of two. I am a wife to Karen Horn. Having a chronic illness, which is epilepsy, is really hard. I struggle with that each week. I have seizures, petite mouth seizures, every other day. To just piece together a normal week of training is pretty difficult, and then add in, you know, busy lifestyle, business owner, mum. There's just a lot of moving parts. Where the bleed of my brain occurred is what's called your occipital lobe of the brain, and it's essentially where your octave nerve and brain connect. So the disruption of the bleed interfered with my ability for my octave nerve to send connection to my eyes. If my hand moves across my face, I can start to see my hands now, which is obviously a significant loss of vision. I've got a disability that essentially no one can see. It's pretty challenging, but I like to also not let that be the thing that defines me either. Sometimes I see it as a challenge, and instead of it defining me, I want to see it as how can I get to the next step despite it. Whoa, you probably are. When I was originally told to stop running, yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. But at that young age of, 16, 17, I just never felt so trapped in all my life. I kind of just accepted defeat. While all my friends were at school, I had this dog, and every time I felt really rubbish, I still had to get up and take her for a walk. And I started to notice that every time I was just outside moving, that very depressive state was lifted slightly. There was one day in particular where I just think I felt a little bit overconfident and just thought, screw it, I'm gonna run down the hill. And I ran down with her, and I just remember her little face. She was so happy, and I was so happy.
In that one particular moment, I felt like me for the first time in a very, very long time. The more I ran, the better I felt. The better I felt, the more I believed in myself. And I had friends that maybe I think had started looking at triathlon, and from having a swimming background and a running background, I thought, you know, how hard can it be to ride a bike? When I finished that event, I was like, this is what I want to do. It went from little local triathlon to my first 70.3, and that's when I finished that event, I thought, that wasn't enough. And, you know, a week later, I signed up to my first Ironman. It's really important for me, for my children, to see me, go through what I go through, but regardless of it, it doesn't stop me. I want my daughter to know that girls can still do these hard, incredible things like the boys can. And I want my son to know that Mum never gave up. I have every reason to stop trying. I have every reason to give up, but I refuse to, and I won't. It's really important to set a goal, chase your dreams, and despite things that pop up in life and hurdles along the way, that you can achieve greatness.
Back in the pro race, the women are in the closing miles of the ride, the final stretch of the Queen K. The wind never settles. The heat doesn't let up. This is where decisions are made. They're not just riding anymore. They're shaping the race, choosing who they'll have beside them when everything shifts, when the bike ends and the marathon begins.
Taylor Knibb heads for home. The Ruby T2 is coming right up with the American right on top at this point in time. Taylor Knibb from the USA is first off the bike.
The bike got tough near the end. It was just windy. I was like surprised at how I felt, but I was just also ready to stop.
4:31 and change, so 3 minutes quicker than she rode 2 years ago, and very fast bike time there.
So happy that you're off the bike, because that's such a large part of the day, and you're like, okay, it's just the run to go. And the energy was pretty strong there. I remember making a mental note of, like, you don't need to catch Taylor too quickly, just run at your own pace, and then you'll gradually reel her in.
Solveig Løseth from Norway is now heading into T2, the Ruby T2, and the top three are separated by 5 minutes and 44 seconds.
I didn't get any splits to Kat and Laura or the people behind me, so when I came to transition and I heard 8 minutes, that was really surprising. That was quite exciting, and then I was starting to think like, okay, I'm actually in the podium position now. And I also remember from Hamburg that I think Laura ran 8 minutes faster than me there, so I was thinking like, this gap should hopefully be like just enough.
Laura Philipp in fourth, I should say, first in this group. Kat Matthews coming off right behind her, Jocelyn McCauley, and then behind Jocelyn we have
Anna
Berry from New Zealand.
The gap was so big, but then many people told me, you know, this is still possible, this is still possible. And I think my first thought was like, oh, another run with Kat. So I think she's probably the person that I ran most kilometers with, or next to each other, or close to each other.
Came into T2 and I was just so happy to be able to get to T2, run through transition. That was a really special moment, and it just felt really exciting, and I was like, wow, I'm in the World Championships and I made it to T2. It was a very positive start to the run, and then I just cracked on.
For the age group racers, many miles still stretch before them. The heat index is soaring while energy reserves are dipping fast. This is when the mind talks the body out of stopping. The inner battle rages on with every passing minute. Tamsin Horn has always found healing in movement. To her, suffering is reframed when you get to decide when it starts and when it ends. It's a powerful perspective shift. Colleen Brown is still turning the pedals on her way back to town. Every mile is a continuation, a promise kept. She's not chasing a time. She's honoring something bigger. Natalie Grabo keeps moving forward, 80 years old. Out here, there are no shortcuts, no exceptions, just the quiet determination to keep going 1 mile at a time, rewriting what's possible. The stage is set along Ali'i Drive. The sun is high. The air is heavy. The road shimmers. The pro women have hit the marathon run fast, assertive with zero hesitation. Because here, early position matters. At this level, waiting can cost you everything. So they go, trusting the work, trusting the legs, trusting the moment. And in Kona, that line between bold and reckless, it's razor thin.
Taylor Knibb still leading Lucy Charles Barclay. The gap has now come down from 140 to 128.
Solvi looks like she's running around steady, similar pace to the other two women. She's sitting at 5:50 back from Taylor Knibb.
What's nice about starting by yourself is that you can just try to find a pace you think you can hold. Try to settle into a good rhythm, but it felt really hard from the start, to be honest.
Laura Phillip, Kat Matthews, they are locked in battle, and these two women will run through the field.
Coming onto Ali'i actually felt really good. Set off, my pace was quite fast, so obviously that's really rewarding, but my heart rate was super happy, and I just thought, well, I'll crack on. I won't go any faster, I'm not going to push it now. Felt like me and Laura were tackling it together, not competing against each other.
I did get an email from Dave Scott on Friday morning, and he said, make sure that you don't overdo Ali'i Drive. It's really hot, and it's a lot hillier than you expect, and a lot of people fry their race out there.
I felt so in control. I felt like I had so much time. I was like, my shoes are a bit tight. Like, I'm literally going to take the time to loosen them. Like, why be uncomfortable when you don't need to be? You'll be able to run faster if your shoes are more comfortable.
Well, so I knew she was closing in fast, but I also knew kind of what I was on pace for the first 10K, which was about 41 minutes, which is very fast.
For the start, ran a bit slower than I ideally would have wanted to run, but it just felt so hard, and I was already after a couple of Ks thinking, like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this.
That is Laura Phillip from Germany, just falling off the pace a little bit, and it's not as if Laura Phillip doesn't look that good, it's just that Kat Matthews is really forcing the pace.
On Ali'i Drive, I think it was definitely the hottest part of the run course. At least I felt very hot, and I felt like, okay, I really need to listen to my body and don't do anything crazy.
I didn't feel like I kind of pushed it too early or tried to catch her too soon, and it did take until we hit Palani for me to make that pass.
I didn't know about her shoe stop, so to close that much in that shorter time, it's like, whew.
Lucy Charles Barclay giving Taylor a pat on the back there. Good job. Thanks for leading for that section, but I'll thank you very much. I'll take it from here.
At that point in the race, I was like, well, I feel like I've got the win now. Like, I'm going into the lead. I've managed to close quite a decent gap on Taylor, and I feel good. Very quickly after that, it went south.
I respect Lucy a lot as a racer, and I think like there are just people who are racers out there, and when you put two racers together against each other, we might blow each other up. But like, racers are gonna race. That's the beauty and the curse.
Lucy Charles Barclay has not been able to shake Taylor Knibb. Lucy Charles just slowed down a moment ago, did the right thing, went into the bucket of ice, got herself cooled down, but Taylor was at 22 seconds, now at 15.
Yeah, so when Taylor made the pass back on me, I didn't feel great in that moment, but I also had the feeling that Taylor didn't feel that good either. So I was like, all we need to do is kind of just stick together and it's all going to work out.
She slows it to
She's
a
walking.
walk.
She's walking again.
just as I entered the energy lab, I really stumbled and didn't really know what was going on. And I actually got running back at my pace, and I was like, okay, well the whole next stretch is going to be downhill into the energy lab, so all you have to do is flow down the hill, get down there. And then I think I remember walking for a pretty long time in the energy lab, and then that was kind of when I was like, okay, I think I'm in trouble now.
Lucy Charles-Barclay, what more can you say? The spirit of that young woman to be able to just continue to push on. Oh, that's Reece Barclay. I think he might be calling it. I think he's told her to stop.
For him to be there and make that smart decision, in the moment, it's so heartbreaking for both of us, and I don't actually know how he managed to make that smart decision. One of the bravest decisions he's ever made, and I'm so grateful that he did it, because I'm sat here healthy now and live to tell the tale.
Solveig Loveseth now moved into second place. That also means Kat Matthews has moved up into third place.
When Lucy stopped and I was suddenly in second, and people started to shout to me you can catch Taylor, the first thought in my mind was just yeah, but I'm happy with where I am. And it's I really needed to try to actually just get myself a bit together and think it is actually cooler to win than to get second. And I did actually decide to okay, I just need to try.
Here we have Taylor pushing on, pushing over this hill, exiting the energy lab and still looking as strong as when she moved and when she came in about 20 plus minutes ago.
At 30.44K coming out of the energy lab. Mac from Roca told me, it's just an easy 10K training day home. Well, first of all, it's really hot. Second of all, I'm kind of screwed. Third of all, we have 12K, not 10K. And those 2K are a huge difference.
For Taylor Knibb, she needs to keep running and keep that pace up. For Solveig, she needs to ante up. She needs to go to another level there to get the win here today. But it's not out of the question, right, Danny?
And I was gaining on her, but I also tried to do the math, and at that point I was thinking I'm gaining, but not really enough. But I had also seen Lucy, and I was thinking everything can happen, of course, also to me. So that was also try to pick up the speed to catch her, but I was also really afraid.
We see Taylor Knibb. Look, she's taking a minute to cool down. She is a little wobbly here.
There was an aid station where I walked. I had cracked at that point very much, physically. And you can kind of, I can look at my data and my heart rate was uncontrollable, my core temperature was uncontrollable, and my pace had dropped off substantially. And, but I walked one of the aid stations, and I don't remember which one that was, but I lost so much time. And then I could feel that I went a little bit too fast out of it. And I'm like, no, Taylor, you're not walking any aid stations. You are, and a thought went through my head. And you have thoughts during races. I have a lot of thoughts during my races. And you say yes or no to them, and it's and I was in that moment, do I want to fight to win, or do I want to surrender and get second? And I was like, oh, you're gonna regret it. You're going to regret it if you surrender. And I probably had 9K to go at that point. And so I made a decision. I did the math, just try to hold 4:30s. And it was okay, if Solveig's holding 4:10s, 20 seconds, it won't, it'll be close, but you'll have it. Ooh, time is moving so slowly. I kind of lost track of it.
Within 2.5 miles of the finish line, Taylor Knibb begins to stagger.
I don't know kind of what then happened. Because it was I don't know if it was my right leg stopped working. I don't think I was walking straight. I just couldn't go forward. I can't have any regrets.
And no regrets, but there's obviously a feeling inside of you, right? You've dreamt for this moment for so long.
Yeah, but I think sorry, I'll start crying probably. I think that's probably the issue, because sometimes when you cling, when you want something so badly, Like, you'll do anything for it. And so, but at the end of the day, it's like, I did my best and it wasn't good enough, and it's just such a special race. So.
Podium favorite Taylor Knibb is out. With less than a few miles remaining, it's anyone's race.
War out there. It is a test of attrition, and Solveig right now is just about to overtake for the lead here, and she will go in front of Taylor Knibb.
It was really weird because both with Lucy and Taylor, they basically stopped right in front of me, so it was not a good feeling to see Lucy first, and then when I also saw Taylor, I was just like thinking, what is going on now? This is crazy, like seeing people that you have so much respect for and such good athletes, and it's heartbreaking to see that they don't reach their goals. I guess it just showed how brutal it was out there.
We're back to Kat Matthews now, sitting in third place, still looking really strong. She's definitely slowed a little bit, but she still looks fantastic.
Right behind Kat Matthews is Laura Phillip, but she's a little bit further down, another 5 minutes.
It wasn't until Mark said, you're not going to catch her, you're going to be 90 seconds behind at the finish. Why not, you know, just send it, you know, empty yourself, why not?
Look what's happening. She's now down to 1:45. Kat Matthews is on the charge. She is now hunting down the Norwegian. This is far from over.
Pushed on over that last hill, and then I love running downhill. Like, I'd already told myself that the 40k top of Palani was the finish line in a way. So as soon as I hit there, it was just send it safely.
I didn't really know that it was that close before I looked at the splits after the race. I was like, oh, it was actually only 30 seconds. But she said she ran really fast at the end there, and can't believe that she could run that pace in that heat.
Solveig loves it. She comes from Norway, and in her rookie year here in Kona, she will take the title as Kat Matthews is now within 100 meters. She's just got to keep it going. Here comes the Norwegian. Can she get it done? The stride shortens, but the smile widens. The 2025 Ironman World Champion Solveig loves it.
You are an Ironman World Champion!
Wasn't really expecting to take the lead at any point, and then it happened really quickly when Taylor sat down, and it was just like, oh, I'm leading now. And yeah, didn't have enough time to process it, I think, before I was actually there.
Kat Matthews right now coming into the finish line here.
Ladies and gentlemen, second place in the Ironman World Championship, Kat Matthews!
Being able to finish feeling like you did the best you could do on that day means that you can really appreciate that someone else was just better. And that respect for them to be able to perform, I think it's more just, it's also the empathy. Like I feel the joy that she must be feeling. And I guess that makes me happy. I know we're not super close, but I think she's a great person. I think it's really rewarding to see somebody else go through those happy moments.
Now just getting into that finish line, high-fiving the crowd from Germany.
Welcome Laura Phillip from Germany! Finishes in third place at the 2025.
Really proud that apparently I was able to listen to my body to bring it to the finish line. But yeah, obviously I'm also a little bit sad that I couldn't really race to what my expectations and hopes were, but that's sport. I'm very happy for Solveig to win here. All of us, we probably had to deal with our own challenges on that day, and yeah, to be on another World Championship podium especially here in Kona, feels special and definitely something I'm very proud of.
Now Hannah Berry gets to the finish line in 4th place.
I mean, it's incredible and a huge relief to get to the finish line. That last bit was a little bit longer than what I remembered going around the back of Alihi there. To have a good race in Kona is obviously pretty unique and pretty special and means a lot when so much goes into it.
We now look to another Kona rookie, Lisa Petra, coming down. She was also one of our dark horses with Solveig, and she's coming down into 5th place, a fantastic performance.
It was just so a satisfying feeling. I was not just here for the World Champs, I was also here for the Pro Series. I really needed this 3rd Ironman to do well, and I did, I think, the best what I could yesterday, and this is what I really wanted to do. I wanted to finish this Ironman.
As we see Holly Lawrence, what an emotional finish from her in 6th place.
When I was coming down Palani and I was almost getting goosebumps about hitting Ali already, like, and I was feeling like teary, you're already getting a bunch of support. And even when I came out here a couple of weeks ago and I recce'd it, I could feel like, oh, it will be emotional getting back to Ali when you've been out for so long, and then you're like suddenly coming back to be like coming through the crowds and then like actually finishing. It's going to be emotional, and it was.
Your 2025 Ironman World Champion, Solveig Lundstedt.
It has been really cool to be a part of sort of the long course world this year, and sharing the podium with Kat and Laura was really cool. I have so much respect for both of them. Really good people, really, to be around. All of the people I've gotten to know this year.
I learned a lot yesterday. I have a very clear answer that it was, I overheated myself. And so that's also nice because it's like, you know what? That's what you need to focus on, that's what you need to work on, and that's what you need to solve.
There's going to be more start lines, there's going to be more Konas, and this little blip in the road doesn't define you. So yeah, it's time to come back stronger.
When the last pro woman crosses the line, the race doesn't end. It begins again. Out on the course, the age group athletes are just getting to the heart of it. The light is changing. The air is thick. Clouds gather, shadows stretch, and the marathon begins. For a moment, there's relief. The bike is done. The body resets. But it doesn't last, because this is where the real test lives. They run out along Ali'i Drive, carried by noise, by energy, by something bigger than themselves. And then they're back on the Queen K, long, exposed, quiet. This is where the questions come back. Can I? Will I? Every athlete searching for the answer.
Those last yards, those last meters, where all doubts disappear, and the realization that you can and you did, and that you are an Ironman.
The magic carpet under their feet, the finish line upon them. It's more than a race ending. It's everything it took to get here.
You are an Ironman.
The grit, the determination, the courage. All of it culminating in this one moment.
From New Zealand, this is Tamsin. Oh, Tamsin, you are an Ironman.
I hope that I can just continue to inspire people, because there may be another little 15-year-old girl going through what I went through, and if she's thinking the way I was thinking, I want her to know there's positivity out there, there's optimism, and she will do great things.
I want to go find my husband, give him another cuddle. Got a good finish line kiss, which was lovely, but now, yeah, might just collapse in his arms. Got it.
As the sun sets on Kona, the inner monologue grows louder. Why they chose this challenge. What it took to get here. Who they're doing this for. The why becomes everything. Because when the body begins to slow, when race day starts to feel excruciatingly long, that's what carries them forward. Step by step, still moving, still fighting, still believing. The lights come up on a Lee Drive. The noise builds, the music swells. They come up the ramp almost in disbelief. A moment to take it all in. Is this real? And then they hear it, clear, unmistakable.
You are an Ironman! You are an Ironman! You did it!
And after a day that felt endless, it all narrows to this, where the doubts finally fall away. And nothing feels the same after it. Waiting there, the world champion, embracing them, welcoming them home. In no other sport does it look like this, where the best in the world celebrates the will of every woman.
How lucky that I am healthy and can have a love of life. You know, I don't understand saying, okay, my life is, now I'm gonna relax for the rest of my life. No, no. I have things, I have goals. So to me, motivation is fire and a zest for life and doing what I love. Because I am a doer.
Naturally, Grabo, you are an Ironman!
How you feeling?
Pretty bad, but I'm pretty determined. So yeah, let's hope this works.
John Blaze raced World Championship Kona with ALS. It's definitely something that went through my head throughout the day. He laid down and rolled across the finish line because he was told he would not be able to do that race. And he says, well, if I have to roll across the finish line because I'm dead, I'll do it. John is a hero to anybody who has a challenge. Kyle found a lot of strength in John's story. It's one of the reasons Kyle, I think, was able to believe that he could also finish. So for me to
do any full Ironman, let alone the World Championship Ironman, and to lay down and roll in tribute to John, to Kyle, and in honor of anybody who fights ALS. What a privilege.
What an incredible finish! Colleen Brown, you are an Ironman! Rolling across the finish line in memory of her husband, Kyle. From all of us here in Hawaii, we say together, mahalo. You have all been incredible this week. You have all shown incredible resilience.